everyone. I'm going to do my summary and reflection of how I felt about going through the Google course this semester. So, of our 5 stages of reflection, our first one was my exploration, so my prejudgments going into this course. I did have a past experience with Google. I was familiar with the Google apps and some of the extensions because I did implement them in my classroom, but I was eager to see how I could integrate it better and implement those things better and more efficiently in my classroom. The biggest prejudgment I had was really underestimating everything that Google has to offer, especially to education. I knew really more my focus was about Docs and Sheets and Drive. And then through this course, I have extended my knowledge of Gmail, Calendar, course, or Classroom, and Sites. And then the most current one that I learned about was Google Currents. So in our stage 2, the explanation, so how did those two things kind of compare, my expectations versus reality of what happened? The thing that matched the most was that I really did enhance the skills that I already had and learned a lot of new things while on the course. The things that really differed for me was that I did not realize how much Google could be used for collaboration. I thought we modeled this really well with our collaborative learning in our group projects and completing all those different Google applications with our groups. And it really helped me experience what it was like to go through online classes with, what my students would be going through with our current classmates. The biggest other thing that I came up with was with Google Currents. It's great for courses as like a one-stop shop for classes, which I utilized daily for this course and a couple of my other ones. The biggest thing that I thought it was nice for was that it can be used for online, blended, or traditional classes, so we could really utilize it in our high schools. And Google Sites is going to definitely be my new go-to for creating an online site for my classes, just because it was super easy to modify and use, and it was a lot less overwhelming than a lot of other platforms. And I was able to then share it with other collaborators, which I thought was a really great tool. So my conjecture, the things that I still kind of was questioning was that how can I effectively implement Google applications in my classroom? So the high school that I currently teach at is a one-to-one high school, and it's really, really great to see students having the ability to have technology at their fingertips, but how do we effectively implement it is the part that I was still kind of struggling with, and I definitely think that Google can help us do that. So in my analysis stage, my re-examination of the things that I thought we were going to be talking about and learning, and I've learned from, was that the implementation of Google Currents as an online collaboration tool is amazing. This can be done for like teachers to teachers, teachers to students, and even student to student to create a good digital online platform for good online discussion. And I think that this really helps students just become good digital citizens. We are in a technology advancing world, so having them understand the implications of what it's appropriate and what's not appropriate in terms of conduct to be a good digital citizen is definitely a new skill that I'm going to be teaching my students on a daily basis. Group projects are definitely made easier because they can be tracked. And I think that having the accountability piece for a group project is a very big game changer because I can actually go into the version history and see which students uploaded what content when and how did they upload it. And then I also think that the open communication at any time is something that is a great value, just because if a student has work or has, practice after school, then they're going to more focus on things at night. Or if students have a free period during the day, then they're going to work on it during their free period during the day. So I think that open line of communication really helps students collaborate just because then they don't have to meet at the exact same time in the exact same space. Google also allows for easy implementation and login. So as technology evolves, so does Google. And I think that with Google being as up to date as it is all the time, students and teachers are going to have the best vision for that technology as it evolves over time. And going back to the implementation piece, just being able to have Google communicate across multiple platforms is a very big win in their column. And finally, for my synthesis stage, so how my changing has how my thinking has changed over time. So Google is still and will always be my go tool. And I think that this is just based on how much Google stays up to date, that they're always looking for the biggest and brightest thing and how to best implement it. And again, that collaboration piece and accountability for my students in docs, slides, and sheets. Something else that I've noticed in this stage is that I've grown so much in my confidence in Google. I passed my level 1 certification, so that proved to myself that I'm able to fully lead my students and some colleagues of how to really use Google applications. And now I'm feeling even more confident that if, students or my colleagues come up to me and they have a question about something, I'm able to assist them with that certification. My new goals and next steps moving forward, I would like to try and get my level 2 Google certification so I continue to learn all of the vast things that Google can add to my repertoire of tricks. And I would like to see more of student creations using these tools. So not just me providing them with a template, but students coming up with the design, students coming up with what that piece is going to look like for a project or an assignment. And I would also like them to use this as a life skill of like troubleshooting it for themselves, trying to become Google experts in my classroom. And implementation of new tools. So I would definitely be using Google Currents and Sites next semester, just because, again, it has that nice, clean, modern look and it's easy and not overwhelming. And I can also share it with my colleagues as we create different either assignments, different types of notes, stuff like that. We can all keep each other on the same page. So overall, I learned a lot of great things in this course, and I would definitely recommend it to anybody that's looking to increase their Google knowledge. So thank you so much.